It was actually quite a large vision, which included a lot more than just 12 guitars initially, but we kind of had a little reality time and thought of the costs and the vision. And so it became then 3 guitar quartets, which I was delighted to pursue with Nico then.
Okay, Craig, there's a couple of movements I was wondering if you could talk about. There's one called Do You Remember? Could you talk a little bit about that piece? What's the text and what's that story about?
Yeah, that's kind of a heartbreaking little text about an infant death. You know, these are prairie pioneer women who are really left to kind of run the show while their husbands are out conquering or just away. And this particular movement references the death of a son. She references her husband, Clyde, who's a carpenter, making a little coffin for him. And the opening text is, Do you remember I wrote you of a little boy dying? That was my own little Jamie, our first little son. It's quite mesmerizing, quite haunting.
And there's an interlude called Springtime. I was wondering if, Craig, could you talk a little bit about it compositionally? And John, as a player, since you're in the Guitar Quartet featured on this recording?
Yeah. So much of this piece is spacious and reflective, and this just speaks of spring. Yeah, it's beautiful, evocative, and it's guitars are very, very busy. There's this fast, you can speak a little bit about some of that, John, but I know the 16ths that are running very, very quickly uphill and downhill.
Yeah, it has a kind of buzziness to it almost. It's sort of like small busyness that you would get that, I guess, sort of evokes the awakening of the earth in the springtime with...
Yes.
There's another movement that really stood out to me, the Night Herders. First of all, who are the Night Herders and what's that text about?
Yes, the night herders, they are those herding the animals in the evening, part of their ritual, part of the evening, but who used to sing. But we get this beautiful image. He uses the old song, which we know, "Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie." So we hear the herders singing. And then what he does to kind of evoke the sense of the many night herders, probably across miles of horizon, is that he has the singers sing it sort of at random times. So over and over, singing just layers into the evening horizon. It's a beautiful movement.
And Esteli Gomez, you're the featured soloist in this. Have you ever worked with an ensemble like this before? I mean, I can't think of a piece with 12 guitars and chorus plus featured soloist. Was there anything that you could draw upon when you were doing this piece?
The makeup of a guitar quartet is so similar to the kind of vocal chamber music that we do. It felt similar in some ways. And also I have a duo with a guitarist named Colin Davin. My dad's a guitar player. I grew up around the sounds, and it's a big part of Mexican culture. It's a part of my musical background, not as a player, but just as somebody loving music and considering it part of my childhood. So this was a dream piece.